Hello again, book fans and the Stephen King fans. I am here to do a Stephen King video that I have not made before, which is a TBR video, meaning the books by Stephen King that I have not yet read, either because I haven't gotten around to them, or maybe I still don't have them physically. Okay, so I'm going to start with those, with the ones that I haven't bought yet, which would be the short story collection If It Bleeds, and also the crime novel Billy Summers, and Pet Cemetery. Now, Pet Cemetery I have read. In fact, I believe it was the first Stephen King book that I ever read. However, I read it in a Spanish language edition, and I'd like to read the original English language. And even so, the original Spanish language edition, I don't know where I left it, so I don't have it physically. Okay. And now for a couple of books that I'd like to reread. With these I do have, and I'd like to reread them. And the first one would be Salem's Lot. Now, I have read Salem's Lot in a Spanish language edition, And like the Pet Cemetery one, I don't know where that one is. So, but I do have this very nice edition here, the illustrated edition, which includes the two short stories, One for the Road and Jerusalem's Lot, which, by the way, has recently been turned into a mini-series called The Chapelwaite. Okay? So, and also there's a new Salem's Lot movie on the way. That would be the third one, third adaptation of this story. Okay, so Salem's Lot, I do want to give it a reread. And also Insomnia. Now, the one that the edition that I read was the one with this exact cover, this paperback edition. But the one I had got really beat up and moldy. So I bought another one which is exactly the same. Okay, so Insomnia. I'd like to give this one a reread. I remember enjoying it. And what is also on my TBR is the entire Dark Tower saga. Okay, so I do have I have already read The Gunslinger and The Drawing of the Three. The first two books. I do not have the rest of the series except Wolves of the Collar, which I do have. Okay, I have that one in hardcover, in fact, and so I still need to first buy those, and number two, get around to reading that whole saga, which I do want to do. Now for the books that I have and that are on my TBR pile to be read, and in no particular order, let's get to it. It would be one of Stephen King's very early books, writing as Richard Bachman, Blaze. Okay, this is a crime novel, Blaze. I have this very nice hardcover edition of it. Also, Hearts in Atlantis. Also a collection of short stories, and I believe also essays regarding the late 60s and those political movements and social movements of back then. Okay, Hearts in Atlantis. Haven't read it yet, but I have seen the movie with Anthony Hopkins. The Tommyknockers. Okay. Aliens. Right here. I have seen the miniseries, The Tommyknockers, right there. Rose Matter. Have not gotten around to this one. Hardly ever anyone ever mentions this one, which is quite odd. His first short story collection, Night Shift. This one is I got this one on eBay. It is, and it's a book club edition. Okay, right there. Night Shift. Firestarter, which incredibly I hadn't read yet. I did see the original movie way back when it first came out. I did not see the remake. Firestarter, a novel by the author of The Dead Zone. I have read The Dead Zone. That one is really great. And yet another short story collection, which is Nightmares and Dreamscapes, For some reason, I do believe maybe I have read this one, but I just plain forgot. If I did, it was probably in a paperback form that I got from the library or something, or somebody lent it to me. But anyway, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, I want to get around to this edition of it. All four of the Backman books right there, which would be Rage, The Long Walk, Road Work, and The Running Man. Okay, I haven't read any of those, even though I have seen the movie for The Running Man. I'm especially curious about Rage because, as you may know, that one is permanently out of print because of the subject matter, regarding a school shooting. Okay, so the Backman books by Stephen King. And when I bought this one, which I bought at a flea market, I thought that the seller was going to give it to me at a very high price, because this particular book, Rage, is rare. No, I think I got it for like $4 or something. The last two are probably the last two that I'll probably get to, because I am in no hurry to read them. And they would be Black House by Stephen King and Peter Straub. Yes, I have read part one, which is The Talisman, but I definitely did not like that book. It dragged and dragged and dragged. And I don't know if probably this one is going to drag as well. Okay, so Black House, the sequel to The Talisman by Peter Straub. In no hurry to get to that one. Likewise, this one, which has gotten mixed reviews to say the very least. It is Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. It is a rather thick book with a story that, by all accounts, does not need to be this long. It's got, I read that it's got 1 million characters. They even have a character list at the beginning of the book, okay, which goes on for 4 pages, excuse me. All right, and the worst part is that this has a very feminist slant to it. Modern day feminist, which I roll about that one, and even more cringy, modern day feminism written by men. Okay, which is even more ridiculous. Okay, so Stephen King, Owen King, Sleeping Beauties. I do have a very nice hardcover edition, which I believe was a first printing, and but I'll probably get to this one last before I read all of those. Okay, so that is my. Oh, excuse me. There's one that I did not show here, and it's probably the one I'll get to first, which is The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Have not read it. I have it in this nice small paperback, and I believe this one is being turned into a movie, or has already been turned into a movie. I don't know. I'm going to put that information down here below. I'm wrong. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon has not been turned into a movie. The one that has is a Lacey story made into a TV miniseries starring Julianne Moore. And I need to get to that one as well. So, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, I'm probably going to get to this one first. That's it. Quite a few books in my Stephen King TBR. And I hope that that at least by the end of the year, or at least a year from now, I'll have a few of those already read. Thank you very much for watching. Keep reading. So long.